Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. How are we doing today? I'm just getting things a little bit finished setting up here. We're going to be working on, as you can see, an ATST, which I personally think are pretty cool mechs. I am pretty partial to a lot of the stuff in Star Wars. I am a huge Star Wars nerd. Let me turn this down, actually. Yeah. Alright, I think that'd be better. I think they're pretty cool. I actually did not buy this kit myself. This kit was being worked on very briefly a long while ago by my younger brother, who I love very dearly. But he got the itch to build a model kit because he saw me doing some. I thought it might be something that he would enjoy. Which fair enough. I am all for people trying out different hobbies. But he started it. He got a leg, most of another, and some of the base hip joint here done, and decided that he was not very intrigued by it. Which fair enough. If you aren't into it, it's it's a pretty tedious hobby, right? You got to be wired a little bit for it, I think. So we're gonna try and figure out where we even are with the kit. Fortunately, the bits that we do have are fairly easy to identify with the legs and the hip. But we also have this bit that it just ran off. There it is. This bit right here, which I'm not quite sure where that's supposed to go. We've got what I think is probably going to be part of one of the legs. And then we have a panel piece of some sort that needs to go presumably somewhere, but we're going to have to find out together on that one. I've already lined up the runners off screen slightly that way. Your left, my right, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, let's get cracking, alright? This is a Bondi kit. You see way down here. Bondi kit, so no glue necessary. At least that's what they say. Let's get to it, because I believe he started largely out of order. Alright. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at the hip joint. It's got most of that done. Some of this is marked off. Okay, that's fortunate actually. He's got some scribbles. Okay. Alright, what are we looking at then? So it looks like we were about here. Okay, so that would be this piece. Ah, but this isn't done. So why did he mark that off? That silly goober. I hope that I am not missing that leg piece, because that would be a little bit unfortunate. So we need to figure out where this thigh piece is, and if I can still even make it with what we got. Alright, let's see here. Look at our V runner real quick. We may have a beat up ATST on our hands, folks. I have a beat up ATST indeed. I do not have a second B runner. I think I am missing that thigh piece. I may have to figure out something. So let's move on from that for now. That jumps to 8. So where is... What do we have left in our B runner? We do have that plating.
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm wearing,
11.
I've had since boot camp.
And I just saved on my car insurance for driving safe with USAA.
Auto insurance that flexes with you. Hit the fit. That's what we're made for.
19. Oh.
My daughter is
I
being
really
treated for leukemia.
dislike that this plays ads. Get that out of here. We're not doing that. I'm not advertising for other people. Except for Koichi, who did the BGM that we're using, which is pretty dang cool. So we're gonna come back to that issue. That's a whole other deal in and of itself. But you know what? You know what? This could be good. We could maybe use this for like a diorama later on. So let's get the rest of it together. Because what I'm thinking is, we could use this leg and leave it disjointed. And depending on how the structural integrity of the kit is, we might be able to have this as like a blown off leg, or like an in-action set where it's coming apart, right? That could be kind of cool. That's the idea I'm gonna run with at the moment. All right, so let's keep going. Take this. See if we can figure out some other stuff for us. So what is this bit? I think he made one side, didn't make the other. That's silly goose. Okay. Let's see here. The wrong bit for it, honestly. Okay, moving on. Moving on for now. I'm gonna get pulled into the middle of everything if I don't keep going. All right, so what are we gonna need? This is our B runner. We don't need that right now. Let's get that out of here. We do need is C1, C2. Yeah, C1 and C2, because we're not going to worry about the little dudes. We're not going to worry about those guys. Those guys aren't what we are wanting to deal with. So, what we do need are some handy dandy nippers to get C117 and C19. C117. See, what could be kind of cool is what I'm thinking is I've got some Star Wars Legion figures, and it would be kind of cool to have this be like a battered up, like in action getting assaulted ATST. Maybe get some more Star Wars Legion figures of Stormtroopers, and then have that in a diorama versus some Mandalorians that I actually have. I think that could be kind of fun. It'd also be a kind of fun riot of color as well, because my Mandos are painted up a little bit more colorful, and then you'd have that and with the stark whites and grays of Imperial troops, Imperial Stormtroopers. C2, 34 and 35. I think doing that with a small diorama could be a good idea. I have to think about that. I'll try and find some time off stream to kind of storyboard that a little bit, because I would like to do that. I do like that idea. I think that is the way that we're going to salvage this kit, really, is by putting it to use as best we can in a diorama. I think that's the move. Alright. I just want this way. Where's this go? In here. How's this go? This is a funky guy. There we go. It snaps in like so. Take this. Snap it in. Ooh, come on. Easy, girl. Easy, girl. There we go. Yeah, like that. So we got the start of the cockpit. C2, we've already got that right here. So let's grab that first. Even though that's going to be the second, according to our instructions, that goes in. C2 27. 27. Do that. And do that. Do that. C2 27. I will say, my initial impressions of this kit, having really not touched it before, is it snaps out pretty dang well. It's got very few runners as well. If you're intimidated by Gundam kits, this could be a good option. The Star Wars Bandai kits, because there's not a whole lot. There's really not a whole lot to it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 runners and one very small sheet of stickers. So that could be a very, very good end if you are intimidated by the plastic behemoth that are Gundam kits. Even the high grade Gundam kits can get a little bit noodly, so. They snap out. There's really not a whole lot that I see where the plastic doesn't come out really well when you trim it. Or excuse me, when you cut it out with your nippers. Yeah, I don't even, at the moment, feel the need to get my my penknife out and trim stuff, which is kind of nice.
And throwback with Hulu. I have vanilla chocolate strawberry and toasted marshmallow.
Anything in there not resembling a breakfast cereal?
Let's get the party started.
Those on the ground. So we don't want to trim that, because this will slot in there.
Now totally streaming.
Oh my god, those... That makes me very tempted to get YouTube Premium. I ain't gonna lie. I can't stand advertisements on YouTube videos. Shout out to anybody out there who is old enough to remember YouTube without any ads whatsoever. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on those and mute when they come on, because that's just aggravating. There we go. There we are. Alright. Get that out of here. Little nubs. Alright, now we need gate. So we need B1 and C2. B1? I wonder what could be B1, guys. I wonder what could be B1. Alright. Cut that out. Cut this bad boy out. This one's got enough connection points to it. I think I might want to get the penknife out. I know what I just said, don't laugh at me. Where did my penknife go? Penknife don't go. Okay, there it is. If you wonder why I call it a penknife, is one, some people do just generally. A lot of people call it a hobby knife. But I actually do hold it like a pen a lot of the time. That, or I hold it like the, I don't know what this would be called. Like reverse ice pick, I suppose. Trim off a little bit of the excess here just to make it look all nice and pretty as best we can. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on. Trim it off. There we go. Put that up there so I can find it. Nice shot. We need C226. Let's grab that out of here. C226. So what have I been up to besides work today? This past weekend actually, I started watching the show. You may have heard of it. It's a little, it's a little indie gem, as they say. Very obscure. You might not have heard of it. It's called Solo Leveling. Very avant. I am to be believed. And all in jest, but I started watching it. I've had a couple of people I know hounding me to watch it, saying, talking about how good it was. I actually had a guy at work mention it and say that it was pretty good, and I still don't quite know what to make of it yet, I suppose you could say. It is certainly not bad by any stretch. It's definitely more hardcore than I thought it was going to be. It's got some stuff in it where I was like, hey, that's pretty legit. That's pretty hardcore. I feel the grimness and the reality of the situation some of these characters in it sometimes. But, and I may get crucified for this opinion, but so far I still feel like it is largely paint by the numbers as far as the idea goes, which is nothing wrong with that, by the way. Like, I'm enjoying it, absolutely, but the way people have talked to it about me, I kind of thought I would be going in and getting wowed by it, and that simply just isn't the case. Now, there are some sections that do have stellar, and I mean very, very nice animation and choreography to it, and I'm interested in the characters, but it's nothing that I would stop and be like, oh my goodness, guys, I've got to talk to you about the latest episode of Solo Leveling. You know what I mean? And maybe part of that is because I'm starting it way behind the hype train of it, but I also think that probably lends a little bit of hesitance to jump on the train quite as hard as some people do. Let's see. Let me grab the other runner here. I need the C1 runner. I do think it's interesting. You can very much tell that it's a little bit different because it is if I understand right, it was from a Korean. Was it a manhwa or was it a light novel first? I think it was a light novel, a Korean light novel. which is cool. I'm not very versed in Korean light novels, so I don't know how that particular space is, but it feels very much, and please understand, I mean this with no disrespect to anybody who likes it or to the creator, but it feels like a very, very well done starter show that is going to stick around in the cultural zeitgeist for a long time. And it's going to sound really backhanded of a compliment here, but please stay with me, because I don't mean it in a poor way by any stretch. It reminds me like a lot more mature, lot better animated that's not a good way of putting it, take or idea. It shares the same idea and I think the same niche as Sword Art Online did back in the day. Back in the 2000s, early aughts, or not early aughts, early 2010s, anime fans.
With the Amex Gold
And I don't
card,
think there's
every
anything
meal
wrong
is
with
a
that.
reward.
I think it's a perfectly
Whether you
fine
decide to
show.
stay in
And I
or
think it,
go all out.
at least so far,
Earn
has
rewards
avoided
on
a
everyday
lot
meals
of
with
the
the Amex Gold card.
pitfalls of Sword Art and other similar shows to it. And I think that is something worth going, hey, that's pretty dang good. I definitely will have to see it develop a little bit more. I'm getting towards the end of season 1.
More comfort.
And
more
I
grit,
feel like,
and confidence.
I feel like it is definitely, I don't feel like I've quite gotten the payoff. I feel like maybe we're still in a lot of heavy setup stuff. There's been some interesting moments, but there isn't really, besides the one thing, and if you watch the show up to, what am I at, episode 9, I think, you'll know there is a little bit of a tension there, and a couple of little things that are just kind of hinted at, but largely it doesn't feel like I'm really, we're really moving towards something, you know? Even in a show like, even though it's quite different, so perhaps it's a bad comparison, and please feel free to voice your opinion if you think it is a bad comparison. I mean, you take a show like Dungeon Meshi, for example, right? Delicious in Dungeon. And you've got this very episodic style of writing, but the whole time, you feel like you're moving towards a goal, and everything, even though it is episodic, and you're kind of like, whoa, wacky thing happens to the characters this week, you still feel like you are moving towards the eventual goal and care more and more about the characters in and of themselves as well as their goal. And I don't quite feel that with Solo Leveling yet. I mean, even the main character, Sung Jin Woo, he's cool. I really like the kind of transformation that he goes through there, in like the first 3 episodes. But I still don't really know why I care about him, other than he's the cool anime protag. You know what I mean? Even the plot with why he's doing the things he's doing, and why he's willing to put himself in danger. And I won't spoil that. I believe it's said pretty early, but just in case, I don't want to give the game up on that. Let's see. I'm not sure why I'm supposed to care about him too much or his goal. It feels like he gives a lot of screen time to side characters, and I'm not sure what the payoff is going to be. And hey, I would be happy to be wrong. I would love to come back here in a couple weeks and just absolutely eat crow for being like, oh, you know, I don't know how this is going to pay off. And then, you know, come back and be like, hey man, this was actually really, really good. The writing was clever. It built some stuff up. But I'm having a hard time seeing that personally right now. Because it jumps around to other characters that I don't really care about. I mean, like with the guilds and with some other hunters and people that you kind of touch on and kind of don't. Oh shoot, what's his name? the kid of the president of the construction company. Honestly, I'm more invested in his story than Sung Jin Woo's. Honestly. And then there's the subplot with Sung Jin Woo's sister's friend. And I don't know where that's going either, and I don't really have a definite thing. Kind of where I thought it was going to go hasn't materialized. There's definitely still a chance for that too, but it's one of those things where this character's here, I don't know why I'm supposed to care about that character. And it doesn't feel like that character is really adding to the world. You know what I mean? Like there's one thing of having a character that is not a major player, that you're not really supposed to care about all that much, but contributes to the story regardless because they show something about the world, and I'm not sure a lot of these characters do that. And that's where a lot of my concern comes from, if that makes sense. Oh, that's a B runner, not C. Well, why the heck are you listening to me about anime stuff and half-baked anime reviews? I can't even read what the, I can't even read English letters. But we will definitely see. I'm definitely, like I said, I don't think it's a bad show. I just think it is, again, this is not meant as a backhanded thing, but it is, to me, in my opinion, it is aggressively mid. Like, it's Sunday morning cartoons, you know what I'm saying? But for a slightly more grown-up crowd. Like, I want to see what happens to the characters. I want to see how the story develops, but it's like, I can watch this, I could not watch this, I'm not too fussed either way. Alright, let's take this. Got some fiddly bits here. Let me lock in. What I will say though is, as someone who talks about fitness and that sort of thing, occasionally on the channel, I do really appreciate. It seems like it has done a lot to encourage people to invest in themselves and their own health, which I think is really cool. I really, really like that. That's something I definitely think is a good thing. And it's cool to see. I've seen channels and different people on YouTube talk about solo leveling as being an inspiration to their own fitness journeys and stuff like that. And I think that is absolutely baller. Alright, how does this fit on here? My goodness. Or am I dumb? I'm dumb. I'm dumb. There you go. That's another reason why you should listen to my anime takes, man. Can't even read directions. Alright, there we go. And not gonna lie, bro, even though they reused the Saitama workout, I really considered over the weekend changing my morning schedule so I could get in a run in the mornings and some calisthenics. But I already have my workout plan. All right, I am working, so we're not doing that. I don't want to overwork myself and run myself ragged and end up harming my training rather than helping it out. Although next, I've only got a couple weeks left in my current plan, and I'm gonna run it again. And what I might do is remove a couple of things, specifically like arm stuff, because I've been hitting them pretty hard. I need to give them a little bit of rest in favor of some other stuff. I might be able to use that time I get back, as well as the energy I get back, and use that for some good old-fashioned morning runs and a little bit of calisthenic action. You know what I'm saying? That could be kind of fun. And I think I could do that without completely reconfiguring my workout my workout plan. But we'll see. I am a notorious run hater. So, usually, if you see me running, something has gone very wrong, and you should be very concerned. So, I don't wish to alarm any of the neighbors if they see me running around at 6:30 in the morning. Let's see here. Just to go towards the back. This in here. All right. This. Ooh, that is a very fiddly bit. Maybe the top of the cockpit, isn't it? There. Put this in here. Alright. That and that. I might have to glue that down later. As you guys know, I am a
If it's
proponent
worth
of the
showing
glue.
off, it's worth protecting.
Alright.
Add tech coverage to your USAA renter's
Skip
insurance.
that. I do not need any renter's insurance from USAA. I'm sure they're fine, but I just do not wish to partake in any of their business right now. Alright. Let's see here. Pop that on there. Hey, look at that. I think it'd be kind of fun and very edgy to kind of paint this bad boy up, the face of an ATST, to be like a skull. Maybe shape the front to be like a jaw and teeth. That could be kind of cool. Have like a spooky Black Ops unit of Imperial's troops. Alright. C116, C115. Let's get that C runner back out that we were working with. This was 15, don't let me forget. I'm relying on you guys, so don't let me down, alright? I'm watching you guys after one of the last Mecha Mondays that we did, alright? Alright, this is 15, this is 16. Let's go ahead and get our other parts. This run needs C24 and 23. I still have that one extra panel that was already cut out. Speaking of Mecha Mondays, you may be wondering, hey man, where's the freaking Mechanicus? Alright? And to that I say, I wanted to build a model kit. But it will be returning, whether we finish this kit today or, which we might. We don't have a ton. And it's kind of we're gonna have to do some stuff with it. Alright, let's just say that. We're gonna have to do some stuff. We will probably be back to that. If not next week, then the next. If I don't put that in a Gorilla Scream, oh my god. Not a Gorilla Scream, a Gorilla Stream somewhere. Get an hour in here or there. Put that bad boy in there. Some interesting paneling here. Like this has got, I don't know if you can see this very well. You probably can't. But it's got 3 little slots that correspond to these. I don't usually see that in kits as a way to anchor your bits in. Let's see, let's go down. Go. How goes this side? Yeah, okay, I was right the first time. Teaches me to doubt myself. Put this one on. Come on. There we go. Put this this bad boy in here. Alright, alright. Now we're making some progress. Adds a little bit of texture to it. Very nice. Okay. Probably should mark some of these up now that I've gone to another page. Done that. I didn't even say at the beginning of the stream, but whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, I hope you've got a nice drink of whatever you prefer to have, whatever beverage of choice you have, whether that is a glass of beer, a glass of whiskey, a nice, refined, sophisticated glass of wine, a cup of tea, a mug of hot coffee, or a humble glass of water. I hope you enjoy it while you're hanging out. Let's see. 15. D1 15, then we have D1 14. Alright. D14. We need 3, we need. Ah, 2. Again, I can't read. What is it with me and not reading today? Maybe work was just it has beaten the reading comprehension out of me. People write the darndest things, I'm telling you. People are silly sometimes. But I do suppose that makes it a little bit more interesting. There we go, put that there. Alright. Alright, how do we slot these in? Take one of these bad boys. Ah, it's got a slightly flat bit. That is so hard to see. Oh my goodness. It needs to go up. It goes up. And put one of these bad boys. The sharp bit goes down with the 2 dots. Right. So you take this one. There's a little divot there on this, which is barely perceptible even on my end. I'll take this and I'll put this with 2 dots down. Those are going to be, if you're not familiar with ATSTs, that is going to be the weapon mounts on each side of the cheek, because it has the ability to mount 2 things on the cheeks there.
Your kid is hurting, and there's nothing you can do about it.
After that, it'll have a little under chin gun, which will go right there. That'll be pretty cool. Alright. So we gotta go back to our A runner here. So we got some aesthetic bits here. A24, A31, A24, A31, A23, 23, 24, and 31. Alright. Also, I do find it very funny that we have a magnificent Chewbacca in here, by the way, if you didn't notice. Love that. I don't know where I'm going to use him, but he's going to be used in something for my model kits at some point. Alright, put that back over here. bad boy in here. Oh, these might be glue candidates as well. So things just slot in underneath. Oh, that's a bit finicky, isn't it? Yeah. That's not too bad though, especially if you're used to some of the more interesting model kits that are out there on the market. You should be good, especially if you know what, some model kits are really freaking hard. I've done a couple of like tanks, like historical tanks, and some of those, they have got some wild bits that you've got to put together. And then there are also a lot of them that I've seen. Perhaps you guys know of better brands that I can find. But the ones that I've come across and put together, which are only a few, are glue-only kits. They don't snap together. You gotta glue those suckers together. And let me tell you, if you are off even a little bit, you are ungluing that whole daggum thing and putting it back together. And that is very unfortunate when you get almost to the end and then figure out that your chassis is just glued just a little bit off. And it's just not a good time, let me tell you. Now that said, those kits are pretty cool, and I do like them quite a bit. They can just be a bit, you know, irritating. Alright, what kind of windows do we want? I think we're gonna go... C1, C1, 1919 or 2021. Oh, is it the open versus closed? Alright, let's go 1819 for now. 1819 for now. That's the first option there. And I want to keep this runner. So we have those window options later on. Okay, so that's 19. Don't let me forget. It's 19. Right here. And put this bad boy up. Alright. Alright, partner. How are we gonna do this? Oh, interesting. Okay. They're interesting suckers here. Okay, those just sit on top, it seems like. And I'm guessing the other ones have got that little bit of extra stuff to where you can make it look like they're open. So we're just gonna have it closed. We're gonna have it closed for now. We're gonna have them in standby. Or operating only by cameras. I assume these guys, I don't know the tech specs for canonical ATSTs, but I assume they've got some kind of imaging or other camera systems to be able to navigate. Because especially if you're in a inclement weather situation or on a planet with a less than hospitable environment, let's say, you would probably want to be able to batten down the hatches. Or even just in a really nasty warfare environment. People are lobbing around some stuff that might that the Geneva Convention, let's just say, might frown upon, then you might want to be able to seal off some air in there from the outside. Which reminds me, as if I was thinking about it, have we ever seen ATSTs in the void. Have we ever seen them in hard vacuum? We will leave that top bit open. Yeah. That seems like it would be pretty wild. It seems like that would be a capability the Empire would want, right? Especially with some like asteroid bases and stuff, the ability to deploy those in vacuum or in limited capacity, or for a limited time, I suppose would be a better way of putting it, in hard vacuum. I don't know. Star Wars nerds, help me out. I am not Star Wars nerdy enough to know, but I would like to know.
What is this place?
The vampires and vampires
Alright, I
hate
do
each
not
other.
need to know about all that mess. Get out of here, ad. There we go. So I need our B runner, so let's go ahead and get the stuff out of there. So we only need one thing out of the B runner. Let's go ahead and get that. The B-18, I think this is going to be our chin gun. Yes, it is. Alright. B-18, don't let me forget about it. Then we need C and D, specifically C2 and D1. Let's grab those. C2, D1. Oop. I'm throwing plastic around. Alright. C2, 31, 32. We're gonna go ahead and get those out. That'll be the last of this runner. Look at that. We're gonna have a clean runner. Heck yeah, man. This is what, 32? We'll put them in sequential orders. 32 is gonna be in the right. Don't let me forget, guys. Don't let me forget. C2, or C32 is on the right. C31 is going to be on our left-hand side. And then we can get rid of that runner entirely. Get out of here. Get out of here, you silly goose. Then we need D1, 20, and 31. 20 and 31, okay. 20 and 31. 20 and 31. Okay, here's 20. Here's 20. Here is 31, which is here. Ooh, that's a little bitty one. Now, I'll say, even though I think weathering would look real good on this kit, it is quite nice having Imperial as for like Star Wars Empire kits, because they don't really paint them, do they? They're just gray. So you really could just not paint the kits at all, and it still be completely as good as not, or as painting them, which is kind of funny. Especially because we, in the hobby of model kits, we have that infamous phrase, the gray pile of shame. That there. Let's get these things slapped together. These are small little parts. You gotta be careful with these buggers. Okay, like that. That might also be a glue cannon, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because that is small. That is a very, very small bit. Okay. Then we're gonna take our other part of this gun. Let's blast her. Blast them. 32, which was on our right. We're gonna take this. here. Take this. And we're gonna. Ooh. Come on, work with me here. Work with me. Oh, it slides that button under it, does it? Yes, that's what it's gonna do. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now. Okay, maybe not. This might not be too bad. It kind of wedges in together. Kind of sandwiches itself together a little bit. I know it's hard to see for you guys, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. This bad boy. Then we can. That'll be the rest of the housing. And that can go under the chin. A little pintle mounted chair. Ah, there we go. That looks more like an ATST now. It's got a little bit of left-right articulation and a little bit of up-down articulation as well. Like so. Very nice. Okay. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Alright, we need a little bitty, we need a couple little bitty bits. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab our A runner. Grab an A runner. For the other, need A21, which is going to be a little bitty bit. No, that is going to be small. Look at that, way up there in the corner. It's tiny. Alright, keep that right there. You can see it. Right up there. That's small, man.
With the Amex Gold
I
Card,
don't need to know about
every
any gold
meal is a
cards from
reward.
any companies, alright? Get out of here. Beat it. I want to listen to Koyuchi's awesome music. Alright. We got A21. Can I use A22 or D23? Let's hold off for that now. Let's go ahead. D1. Okay, so we need D20, D1, 22, 21, 22, and 29 is what we need. We need 21, 22, and 29. We're going to do them in sequential order. Smallest number to biggest number. 21. 22. 22. We need 29. 29. Up here. 21. Alright. 29. And I think we'll go ahead and snip out D23 when we get to that point. Let's go ahead and take it one step at a time, alright? Let's not get ourselves confused. So we got 29, which is going to be the first thing. And that's going to go into D22. inside of this one here. Like so. Then we need our tiny little baby part that we cut out a second ago. A21. That needs to go in long ways. Alright, this is the only kind of rough bit that I've seen so far in this kit, which is pretty good. I've seen a lot really rough kits. This is one we can even adjust if we don't do it quite right. So I wouldn't. Yeah, that's the thing, man. This kit is really, really nice and beginner friendly. That's my impression of it, at least. Ooh, it's not been that too bad. Let's put this back into shape. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Honestly, guys, I'd kind of recommend this as a first model kit. No glue, so you don't have to worry about that. It's a Bondi kit, so you know it's going to have a fair bit of quality. As long as you get it as a new kit, not as a dono kit that's been partially put together and missing some of the bits. It's pretty dang easy to navigate as far as kits go. This and this, and that. Now we need D1, 23, 24, and 32. Alright. 23, 24. It's a little bit of a small bit, isn't it? 24. And what was it? 32, that's what it was. 32. Oh, that's a funky looking bit. There we go. Take this so we can orient it. Okay. So this part can go in here. There's no order that it says that we need to do this in. Let's do the shielding there. Then we can go to the back. Slot this bad boy in. How's that gonna sit? Like so. That'll line up with the ends of the blaster's barrels there. Take this bit. That's going to go. This is where it will slot in conjunction with the slightly flatter bit. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. That is not too bad at all. I have definitely run across some way meaner kits when it comes to putting together small pieces. So as long as you've got all the pieces you need, and you don't manhandle the kit, right? Like you don't break your bits, because those are really, really thin, really, really small bits of plastic that are pretty easy to break, then you're gonna be pretty dang set. I'm vibing with this set, man. This should come into there. There we go. Alright, now we got the other side gun. Nice. Freaking cool, man. Alright. Let's get the other side done. The other side done. We're gonna need D1 again, which is quickly running short of bits in it, isn't it? We're gonna need D1, 25, 27, 28, and 30. Let's get 25. First things first. And like always, we are going to put them in sequential order. So you guys help remind me if I forget. So we got 25 up here. It's gonna be the leftmost. Leftmost, right there. And we need 27, 28. 7. 28. 8. And we need 30. Yes. Yes, we need 30. It's a funky little connector bit. But we'll see what we can do with it. Put this over here. This is 30. How do we need to slot these bad boys together? 30 is going to be our middle bit. Okay, 25 is going to be around the back. I drop things. So I'll take. Alright, maybe we do the other parts of this first. That's a bit funky. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Let's take 28. Up that little divoted bit. So very carefully we slot that on. And then we take 27. It has a particular way it needs to go on as well. Okay, so the big end is going to go towards the middle of the bit. It needs to have that pointed up as well. Then we should be able to take 25. I didn't hear any of that. Yes. Get out of here. Give me back my good music. Now, let's see. Aha! There we go. I see the blind man said. That should just go in. There we go. Kind of like the mortar side. There we go. So we got the mortar side, we got the other blaster, we got the heavier blaster in the middle. I can't remember if this is meant to be, I think this is meant to be like kind of a middling power blaster, and this is supposed to be like the anti-infantry one. And this is kind of like a mortar of sorts, if I remember my Star Wars lore correctly. Out where our bits to connect these two are, because that is really an issue right now, because this needs to sit on top of that, right? So let's go back and see what we're missing. We're missing some stuff. I'm not fond of having stuff that's missing. Alright. Ah, okay. Here we are. A15, A16. Let's go back to our A runner. And we do have those bits available to us. So let's grab that. Snap together pretty dang easy. Which ball joint goes to the top. That in. Should be able to take this. And like that. There we go. Now I've got some neck articulation there. The way it will sit. Sitting pretty. Alright. Need to figure out how this is going to work. I think this is actually the wrong leg. Wrong leg bit. Oop, get back on there. Because they're both jointed back from here. And this one joins forward. Should be a little bit strange. Right leg. Oh. Let's put this in here. Put this in here for now. That would make it really low. Too low. Alright. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of that for now. So what we really need to do, we really need to build the other side's connect joint for the leg. Put this over. Where is this? We're gonna put this over here for now. So let's see what we need for this. So we need one of these down here, and that uses A, B, and D2. So let me go ahead and get those. A, B. It's not looking promising. So of the A runner, do we have what we need? A11, A5. Okay, we have an 11 and we have a 5. That's a promising start. That is something that we can work with. So let me get A11. 11 is over here. And A5. A5 is going to be to the left of it. Because that's how we do things around here. So let's get the A runner out of here for now so we don't confuse ourselves. B11. B11. It's going to be here. And we need a B19. We do have that, okay. That was the run that I was worried about, so we may actually have enough for both. B19. Put this back over here for now. Then we take D11. D11, oh my goodness. D2. We need D211. Bits in this are jumping out. They're like, please, build me. Let me be free. 11. Okay. So we do have what we need. To my D2. My A5. It's going to go in here. I'm going to take A11. Going to the other side. Then B11. Well, that is not the BGM that we need. My water bottle just fell over. Get out of here. I do not want to help YouTube by answering one question. I'm going to skip that. There we go. Back to our BGM by the fantastic Koyuchi, if you did not know. That is the channel that I am using the BGM of. The video is done, which is linked below in the description. I would be double checking to make sure it is it's still in there when I end stream, because I do like his stuff quite a bit. In fact, I put it on a lot when I am just hanging out at home alone. Just has some background stuff. Background. Oh my goodness. Some background music. There we go. I finally got it out. I'm starting to wonder. I was getting worried. I was like, oh my goodness. You can't tell. It's certainly been a day. A little bit tired. I got a case in the Mondays, let's say. Let's call it that. All right. This bad boy should hopefully. What the heck? So this should back join. Why are you not back joining? Why are you not back joining correctly? That's not gonna fit, so we need to have it on this side. Unless I can. Through the magic of joints. Well, maybe not. Might just have a very aggressive ATST. Let's see. If we toss this bad boy around the other side. Let's see here. That is one thing I don't like about this kit. I do not like these legs, man. These legs are not where it's at. Let's see. It's gonna be the right leg. Put this in here. How can we configure this as best as we can? Okay, that's actually not terrible. Got one leg. It'll sit on it like that. Okay, that actually works. What I will do is I will glue that, I think. And unfortunately, because this is a rescue kit, that is about as much as we can do with it at the moment. Ooh, it fell. That's about as much as we can do with it. Pretty sturdy. It didn't grenade, which is nice. The legs are definitely grenade, but the rest of it, as far as the actual main assembly of it, it's not bad at all. Alright. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I appreciate you being here. This is a little bit shorter one. I didn't expect it to be this quick. But this is about all Stampy can do. Because we only got one leg that we can complete, so I'm going to actually get this bad boy glued up as far as this leg goes, I think. And then we are going to be seeing him in the future, I think, as a diorama. I think that's what we're going to do. 'Cause I do like this kit. I think we're going to get him glued up, and then I'll probably put a picture of him up on the Twitter, just so you guys can see him in a little bit better light, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's all she wrote, folks. So, well, I wish I could have brought you guys a full and complete kit, top to bottom. I think it was an interesting one. Definitely one of, no, it is the first full Star Wars vehicle kit that I've put together. And overall, I really like it. I really wish I had all of the pieces to this kit, because it is pretty cool, and it was pretty quick and easy to put together. So if you're new to the hobby and want something to put together, this is definitely it, man. Like, aside from these legs being a little bit finicky, and some of the smaller bits for the side turrets, this is really beginner friendly. And if you're an experienced hobbyist and just want something that you can vibe out to and relax, this is definitely a kit that you're gonna want to pick up. That's the Bandai Namco ATST. So, all right, guys. Well, that's about it. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Next time we put together a kit, we will put something that we can actually have a full thing that I don't need to glue bits together for. Let's do that. Actually, I think the next kit we got sitting out over here by me is another Gunpla kit. It's going to be another Master Grade. It is going to be the GN-002 Gundam Dynamez, the Celestial Being mobile suit. And that'll be pretty cool. I believe it's from 00, if I remember correctly.
USA safe pilot.
And I am actually pretty jazzed to put that kit together. I've been holding on to it for a while. So, oh my goodness. Get out of here. You're ruining my outro. Stupid commercial. We're going to end on a commercial. That's lame. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to put that together. So, I don't think it'll be next week. I think next week we'll do some more Mechanicus. Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, which we've been playing through, if you aren't aware of that. We had a little bit of an oopsie. We tried to swing at the king, let's just call it, and we got slapped. So we're gonna do some more leveling before we do some boss fights in Mechanicus, I think. But regardless, I hope you have a good rest of your Monday. I hope a good rest of your week follows as well, and I hope you have just a good time in general. Enjoy your hobbies, guys, and enjoy the people around you. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.